Hello everybody from Lithuania. We just arrived to our hometown, Klaipeda, a few hours ago, and if I'm looking very sleepy, and that means just that we spent 16 hours in the car overnight. So we departed from Munich last night around 8 p.m. and we came to Lithuania about 1 p.m. local time, which is German time 12. So it took us exactly 16 hours to get here by car. And the good part is that we also did it with our cats. So our cats are now at my mom's house, staying with her while we are taking a walk to our hometown, the Old Town area, because this weekend actually there is a sea festival going, and it's like once in a year thing, always happening end of July on the weekend, and we just gonna go to check it out. What's changed, what's different? Last time we were here was about a couple of years ago in summer, so let's see how it looks like now. And right now actually we're walking by our old school, so this is our high school that we went to behind me, both of us, and yeah, so still looks the same, but let's see if the city looks differently. So now we are entering the Old Town area from the old market side, and the street is already blocked from traffic, so it's all pedestrian areas. You see a lot of stalls selling different items. Most of them are handmade or locally produced, so also very nice to just kind of look around, maybe buy a couple of things. And this market also something that we will be doing tomorrow morning, because we usually also buy a few things like wooden spoons and cutting boards and stuff like that. But for now we just want to look around what's happening in the old town and kind of go back in time to when we used to actually live here and experience this every single summer. And now we're entering the central bridge in our old town, and this is also the super typical view to the river with the Meridiana's ship. It's one of like the older vessels that is a symbol of our town, and yeah, there's also a restaurant on it as far as I know, so also kind of unique experience. As you can see, also it's full of people everywhere, everybody is out. It's always been like that. It's probably the most crowded you can ever see our town. Usually there's literally nobody on the street. A friend of mine was visiting it early in the spring, and she asked me whether it was any holiday or anything, because they literally saw just one person. So this is really nice weekend to visit our town if you want to see it very nice and lively with lots of things to do, to eat, to buy, to see, and just stroll around. So if you just walk through the whole old town, you'll just be able to sit down also for a snack, and there are also places with like concerts that I don't know anyone actually performing anymore. When I was a kid, I used to love going to all these concerts and performances, and I used to know who those people were, but that is not the case anymore. And yeah, so one of the ends of the old town area is actually this ferry port, little one that takes you to the other side, to the Cronian Spit. And here, well, a lot of people, and anyway, also when it's just not the festival time or like the city fest time, it's very nice to just come here and chill. There's also a restaurant right in front of the water, and lots of boats taking you out to enjoy maybe a sunset or something in the Cronian Lagoon. Anyway, it's just a very nice place to be. However, the only thing that is missing is good weather, because, well, it's actually not so summery, and yeah, this is what we're wearing. So yeah, I'm wearing kind of very wintry, well, not wintry, spring and fall style. A t-shirt, a hoodie, a leather jacket, and it's end of July, so it's not ideal. It should have been nice and hot, but the weather is very unpredictable here, so you better take like clothes for any kind of weather for like hot summer days, but also something really fresh like today. It's about 16 degrees right now, and it's windy, but luckily the wind is not that cold, so it's still bearable. But anyway, not ideal, so we're gonna keep walking. And this is the view from the other bridge that goes across the river. And here people are getting ready to go get wet, probably. This looks like a speed boat and they're gonna be jumping over the waves. The water is also probably fresh, so I wouldn't want to do that now, but maybe in a hot summer day it would be nice. We also, since recently, have this kind of water boat bus thingy that goes to a neighborhood just outside the city. So that's something new, and yeah, the rest looks everything the same. There is also a restaurant on the river that is called Das Boot, and yeah, another vessel, looks like a army vessel or ex-army vessel or something, and lots of people walking just around the town. So do we. And now let me share with you one fun fact. So we are now at one of the main squares of the old town. This is the theater square, and this orangey building is actually our theater. So they show plays here and all this stuff, and this balcony in the center. So this one here in the, I think it was late 1930s, so like 1938 or something. The very famous Adolf Hitler, he was actually in our town marching through the streets, and he was kind of holding a speech from that very balcony during that time. And yeah, then a few years later the things changed and the Soviet army came and kind of rescued us. So it's a very complicated history in this region, but anyway, this is also part of our history. Good morning and welcome back to the streets of Klaipeda. It's a beautiful July morning that feels more like sometime early October. It's raining and it's dark, and I'm wearing a scarf and a leather jacket. And we came to stroll around again a bit and buy a few things on the market. So there is like this market area, and yeah, so we're gonna get a few things. We already bought some smoked fish for tonight, probably to snack, and we are planning to buy a few extra bits that we usually get here and then go home, because, well, let's be honest, it's not the perfect summer weather. Our hometown is located on the seaside, but also we have a quite nice river going through the town, through the old town as well. And yeah, in the recent years they started actually doing some fun things here. So you can see there is like nice restaurant area on the water, this boat thing that I talked about yesterday, lots of catamarans that you can rent out and paddle your way through the water, also some boats that you can rent out and go out in the sea. Anyway, the city looks like it's getting a bit more lively, which is super nice. And yeah, it's just a shame that we didn't have this when we were living here. On the market you can also get some freshly made food, like here for example there is like the fish soup, and the meat is getting done as well. Army thingies, like yeah, I don't know, what is it, oatmeal I guess. And yeah, so lots of different things. Smells everything, like, you know, in the restaurant, maybe at home as well, even when you're cooking. Pretty cool. But also, like, Lithuanian cuisine is very meat heavy, so it's a little bit harder for all the non-meat lovers like myself. So yeah, there's again some fish. Fish is a big part of our cuisine. There are lots of other stalls. We'll also have some seasoning, some spices, some honey, handmade, I guess, wicked baskets. Also very traditional thing that we do. Like my grandpa used to make those too when he could. Lots of also clothes. We use a lot of linen in our traditional clothes, and we also use a lot of wood in all we can. So like all the wooden spoons and chopping boards, and this is also something that we're planning to buy, but we haven't picked ours yet. But yeah, I'll take you on that journey with me. And then apart from the wooden thingies, there are also some other specialties. So like this stall has some Armenian specialties like basturma and some other things that I don't usually eat because almost everything has meat in it, so not for me. But then also like this house shoes, like slippers, and all the random bits and bobs that you usually find on this kind of markets. Usually it's most of the things are locally produced, handmade also, like also the jewelry, it is handmade, and yeah, it looks nice, looks unique if you like this kind of stuff. Like here, all the towels also, I love the beige palette, but yeah, we've got plenty of towels as well, so don't need that. Then also some sweets that we usually make here in Lithuania, like this, especially the mushrooms, like we call them the mushrooms, but that's actually cookies inside under this white and chocolate glaze. And yeah, now we're gonna just go and get some things for us and head further away from here. So this is what we decided to take: chopping boards. Kortele, proszę. So we left again the house. We just had a quick stop there to drop off the fish and the chopping boards that we bought at the market, and now we are off to have some lunch just outside of our town, and we're going to a like traditional Lithuanian cuisine to have some nice food. It's actually like almost 4 p.m. but we haven't had anything yet, so we are really hungry and we hope that they have something nice, and I'll show you what we pick. Also stopped on the way back at my partner's mom's place just to kind of hang out with her and his nephew, and she gave us a little gift to go, a kind of a huge bucket, like, well, it's not a huge but it is a huge bucket for us of raspberry, because actually we are buying raspberries in, you know, these little food containers like in supermarkets, like, I don't know, 200-300 grams of raspberries per container, and here it's like, I think it's a couple of kilos, probably like 2 kilos or something of fresh raspberries from their garden just outside of town. So it also like really tastes amazing, like it's super sweet. Yeah, it tastes like real raspberry, and it's also for free, so that's like really great benefit of having your own house. So I'm probably gonna just go get some groceries from the grocery store because the fridge is kind of empty, and we're probably gonna be eating a lot of raspberries today, tomorrow, and the upcoming days. And yeah, so that's it for right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!